Little brother no more. Koepka sends message staring down DJ at the PGA. Farmingdale, NYU. It wasn't long ago that Brooks Koepka was merely the lovable sidekick, the harmless challenger to Dustin Johnson's throne. They played golf and yet there was Johnson, in the scoring tent at Bethpage Black, glancing up at a TV monitor as Koepka closed in on another major, on the verge of eclipsing him even further. In a 25 mph wind, on a brutish course that turned wayward drives into hackouts, Johnson had played majestically for 15 holes, slicing into Koepka's massive advantage and trailing by only one as he stood over his 194-yard approach into the 16th green. But the next 45 minutes at the PGA Championship epitomized why the extravagantly talented Johnson has only a single major in 40 starts, while Koepka just bagged his fourth in his past 8 attempts. The answer was right. After signing his card, Johnson meandered over to a TV tent for an on-camera interview. While waiting to go, "We can start now," Johnson said to the interviewer. Entering the final round 7 shots behind, Johnson knew that he needed a special round U and some help to earn his first major title since the 2016 US Open, the brain through that was supposed to open the floodgates. He raced off to it. After looking unstoppable for 3.5 days, Koepka began sliding down the leaderboard. Errant drives on it. "I wasn't nervous," Koepka said. "I was just in shock." Meanwhile, the crowd, sensing a potentially historic collapse, loudly chanting, "DJ! DJ! I think it actually helped," Koepka said afterward. "It was at a perfect..." Their rooting interest was understandable. "There's no one on the... He's as competitive of a person as I've ever met," said Koepka's swing coach, Claude Harmon III, "and I think you need not necessarily rivalries, but people to push you and to inspire you. DJ has done it, and so it mattered little that Johnson didn't have a realistic chance at the beginning of the day. You trailing by 1 on 16, that was his chance to punch back." Finally, with 194 yards for his approach into 16, into the fan, Johnson debated between 4 and 5 iron and opted for the shorter club. His low draw "I don't know what else to do there," he said. On the raucous 17th, Johnson missed the green right and couldn't get up and down. "Another bogey. I would have liked to have a couple shots back," he said, "but that's how it goes." Behind Johnson, Koepka showed his mettle, pounding perfect drives on 15 and 16 to set up stress-free pars that increased his cushion. Even though he fired, "It doesn't really matter how," Harmon said. "Hell, get as much out. So what's the separator between the two best players in the world? Why has Johnson? He has showed over the last 2 to 3 years how mentally tough he is," Harmon said. "To do what he's done throughout his star-crossed career, Johnson has proven to be remarkably resilient, bouncing back from repeated failures only to get his heart broken again." Afterward, he said, with mock enthusiasm. "I am so excited." Searching for silver linings in another late letdown, a reporter asked Johnson whom he believed was the best player in the world. "I am pretty sure I am still ranked number 1, Johnson replied, "so I'd pick myself." Only that wasn't true. Not anymore. With his 4th major in 23 months, Koepka leapfrogged Johnson and reclaimed the top spot. The little brother is the bully, now and perhaps forever. Related slideshow. PGA Championship provided by Aman.
Raindrops, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.